Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mario. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all the Q&A that I have, the frequently asked questions about being a radiologic technologist. So I do have my phone and I will get into the video. I have been an X-ray tech or a radiologic technologist in radiology for 10, 11 years. I do specialize in other modalities in radiology. So the first question I have is, what does a radiologic technologist do? So with X-ray, it's like an X-ray equipment. So we are X-ray techs. We take X-rays of every body part. A lot of times we're taking X-rays either in a hospital or outpatient imaging clinic. There is like a mobile X-ray clinic where you drive around a van or a car and it has a machine in there. You can go to nursing homes. You can go to someone's house if they cannot go out or do not want to go out to a hospital or a clinical environment. And then we also go to surgery whenever like doctors have to do surgery on someone, their hips, their backs. We're there to take the x-ray. There's something called like a fluoroscopy x-ray or procedure as well, where a patient has to drink, barium to see either their throat or esophagus better, their stomach, to see what kind of problems they're having. So we take x-rays a lot. That's what we do. X-rays of your chest, head, hands, feet, back, stomach, you name it. We take x-rays of. And then I got, what are the educational requirements? So, of course, you have to have a high school diploma and then you go to x ray school. There are different x ray programs. You can get a 2-year associate degree or you can get a 4-year bachelor's degree. You can still get a job with a 2-year associate's degree. It all depends on how long you want to be in school. What do you want to do? Do you want to eventually be a radiologic teacher? Do you want to be a manager? If so, then you will need a bachelor's degree to do that. So, my program, I did a 2-year program, but I went back to school eventually for my bachelor's degree. And then now I'm back in school for another radiologic degree. I also specialize in different modalities. So, if you have a question for me, leave it in the comment box because I do have my ART certification for x ray, CT, MRI, mammography, breast ultrasound. So just let me know if you have any questions about other modalities. And if I get a lot of questions, I can just make a separate video on other modalities. And then I have, how do I find a good x-ray technology school or program? You can always Google radiology technology school near me or x-ray school near me. You want to make sure that it is accredited, meaning that that school can license and put out students to perform x-rays whenever you do get out in the working field. So I have an x-ray license through ARRT. So you can also check out ARRT website and then they have a different, like they have a search part on their website where you can find schools that way as well. And it say, how do I become registered? So you want to get registered through ART, which is the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. You want to get registered through them, but your school will set you up to be registered through them. They will help you fill out all the paperwork, all the documentations as far as educational and clinical requirements that you need to be certified through them. And this is for a full radiologic technologist because they do have different bridges. Like they have a non-certified technologist for radiology. They have a limited medical radiology technologist as well. So this is for the full RT or radiologic technologist. And then let's see. So it's a, what are the common things that you mainly do or have to do for x-ray? So you do have to interact with patients a lot because we do have to take x-rays, but you're not with your patients for a long time. If you're in x-ray, this can range from 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes if they're having a procedure. So it all depends on what they're coming in there for. And then we operate the equipment a lot to take x-rays. You have to greet your patient. You have to ask your patient what they're in there for. Get their medical history. How long have you had stomach pain, or how long have you been having this cough for your chest? So it just gives the radiologist more information to make a proper diagnosis as they're looking at the images as well. And then you have to position your patient. So if you don't like feet, we touch feet a lot, but you do wear gloves with everything you do. So hopefully that's not too bad for you. And I said that because I had someone tell me, they said, I want to really be an x-ray tech, but I don't like feet. So you can put on gloves. With every patient I have, I always have on gloves. And then let's see. Okay, I already talked about what we do. We operate the equipment to take pictures for the radiologist so that they can see if a patient has a broken bone. Why are they having chest pain or abdomen pain? Why are they having knee pain? Is it arthritis? Is it osteoporosis? So it's just different reasons why we have to take good pictures and make sure the patient holds still so that the radiologist can see what's going on. So what skills do I need? So you have to have good communication skills, good listening skills, and you also have to know how to operate the x-ray equipment and position your patients. But this will all start with your training in x-ray school. So once you get your clinical down, then you will know how to position your patients because the clinical part will prepare you for that. So things that you can work on with yourself is just being a great communicator and listening, because you also have to ask the questions to the patient, but you also have to listen to what they're saying as well. So you can't listen to them but half listen to them, if that makes sense. Like, you have to be paying attention to what they're telling you. Okay, what is the work environment like for x-ray techs? So we mainly work in either hospitals or outpatient clinical settings, and sometimes the patient load could be busy, sometimes it won't be busy, depending on where you work at. If you working in the emergency room department, sometimes you have a lot of patients coming in. Sometimes you have trauma patients. Sometimes you have a lot of techs on the shift. Sometimes you may not have a lot of techs on the shift, and you may be working with short staff and have to do a lot of work. Or you may have a lot of techs and you may not have to do hardly any work. But regardless, you will have to work. So don't think you're just getting in the field, collecting checks and not doing anything. You do have to work. And then I have a question. So someone asks, what if I'm pregnant? So if you are pregnant, you can still be a radiologic technologist. We have badges that we wear to see how much radiation that we're getting, if we're getting anything, because whenever we're taking x-rays, we step out the room and we're behind like a glass shield. So we're not getting exposed to any x-ray. That was another misconception. Someone thought that they are getting exposed to x-ray. You're not getting exposed to x-ray. And if you do have to hold a patient for whatever reason to help another tech out, you're wearing a shield that's preventing you from getting, the radiation. So you're wearing either a thyroid shield or you're wearing an apron that's covering your body. So that's, to be honest with you, that's the least of anyone's worry that's working in x-ray is the radiation, because they know that they're not getting exposed, and if they are, it's like little to none. And then we have a badge that tracks how much radiation we get, and you have a badge that tracks how much radiation you're getting to your fetus if you're getting any. So that's no one's worry. What career paths can I take after I become an x-ray tech? You can become like a supervisor if you want to. You can become a manager. You can, in radiology, you can become a CT tech, MRI, mammography, ultrasound tech. You can do IR, nuclear medicine. You can just say, hey, I just want to work in surgery as an x-ray tech, or I really like doing fluoroscopy or fluoro. So it's just many paths you can take in x-ray. You actually can promote yourself because you can go back to school or you can cross train on the job and you can do other modalities like CT or MRI or even mammography if you like to do breast x-rays. So let's see. Oh, and if someone does want to do this, there are educational requirements. If you have a job that's willing to cross train you, then your job can cross train you, and then you can just go online and find a program or a school that would just give you the educational requirements that you need. Okay, what is the salary range? So I get this question a lot, and to be honest with you, I know the salary range, but it also depends on where you work at, what state you're in, what city you're in. Let's see, how long have you been in the field? How many other credentials that you have? Do you have a bachelor's degree or do you have a CT Tech certification? So these different things determine how much money someone will pay you. Is there a lot of jobs out for rad techs or radiology technologists? There is. Back in 2014, when I was getting out of school, it may have just been the state that I lived in. I'm born and raised in Louisiana. I don't live there anymore. And it was hard for me to find an x ray job, to be honest with you. But now I know the state that I live in, they cannot find an x ray tech. So there are a lot of jobs available. So you should go ahead and apply. And just go ahead and apply. This also depends on what state you live in too. Like one state may have more jobs than another state, or one city may have more jobs than another city in your area. So there are a lot of jobs available, and you can also sign up to be a travel tech in radiology as well, and it can keep you working because the company will just keep you working with different hospitals or clinics that need someone. And sometimes those contracts can last 6 months, 9 months. They get you in for like a 3 month contract, and then it can just extend, and the company can hire you or ask if they can hire you as well, like the actual hospital. Okay. What are the worst things that you can think about working as a rad tech or radiologic technologist? Sometimes you may work with someone who don't want to help. So I would say if you're watching this video and you are a student or you're thinking about X-ray school, whenever you're in clinical, this is the best way to learn. Learn from those texts. Get down everything they're trying to show you. Learn as much as you can while you're in school so that whenever you get out, you will need little to no help with being an X-ray tech. So just learn as much as you can whenever it comes to trauma x-rays. Learn how to do a trauma x-ray other than how you normally would do it. Learn how to operate and manipulate the machine to where you can get the picture that you need without, if a patient is hurt and can't, maybe they can't put their hand like this, maybe their hand only can go like this. So learn how to manipulate the machine to where you're showing different ways on how you can do it. And then let's see if I have any more questions. Think I think that's all the questions I have. And last thing I will say is another worst thing I can say about being in radiology, and we have no control over this, to be honest with you. When it rains or when it's snowing, that's when you're gonna get those trauma patients coming in through the ER setting. Someone is gonna come in because they fell, and they may come in for head, chest, hand, feet, all type of X-rays. So that's the only thing I can say that's like bad about it. It's like if I have to work in X-ray or if I have to work in CT, then I know it's gonna be a busy day because someone may get into a wreck, someone may slip and fall. So I know on rainy days it's gonna be busier than other days. So that's the only downside I can really say. Other than that, it's a great career to work in. If you have any more questions, put it in the comment box for me and I will be sure to respond. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you a lot of information that you could use or that you may find helpful. If you found this video helpful, could you give it a thumbs up for me, and I will make more videos like this. Other than that, that's it for this video. Bye.